begin by welcoming you to this IMGroup webinar. This is one of a series of events that we run to help our customers and our prospects understand the possibilities of cloud computing. My name is Neal. I'm Head of Cloud Services at IMGroup. I'm joined today by my colleague Ken Caban. Ken is going to be focusing on an overview of Microsoft BPOS. I'll let him explain more about what that is and what benefits that adds as we go through. In terms of logistics for today, I've mentioned we're recording this event. It will be available on demand and online after we've been through the presentation. We will also be making available a copy of the presentation slides we're running today. So all of that will be with you as a follow-on. If you have questions as we go through today's presentation, you can email those questions to us at online@imgroup.com. We'll also be sharing with you our personal details as we get through the presentation and wrap up today. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to just very quickly run through a quick agenda for you. That agenda, first of all, just a quick overview of IMGroup as a business, which I will do for you. I'm then going to move on and talk about the Microsoft cloud proposition and roadmap. And we're going to have a look at pricing, because I think it's important to make you aware at the outset what the pricing model, the commercial model is for online services. We're then going to move over and have a look at the technology in action. I'm going to hand over to Ken. He's going to describe what BPOS is and give us a demonstration of its capabilities. And we'll then wrap up by talking about the process that you need to think about in terms of deployment and engaging around this part of the cloud. And we'll conclude and talk about next steps as we see them. So that's the agenda for today. Moving on then, and just to give you a bit of an overview about IMGroup as a business, we are an independent company based in London. We've been in business for about 12 years. We have offices in Manchester in the UK as well as our London head office. We have a development team which is wholly owned by the business based out in India. And we've recently opened an office in New York to support some of the work that we're doing in financial services. We are an international business. We support international customers on a global scale. I'll talk more about those customers and our experience in a moment, and you'll see that we have a breadth of expertise across the public and private sector. In terms of the way that we work, we provide what I tend to describe as an upstream through to downstream provisioning of services across project and program management. So that begins with helping you define and plan for the cloud. So what is your strategy? What applications and what processes and what benefits in cloud computing can you plan for and can be part of how the cloud can start to deliver value to your organization. So that is our advisory capability. We then have an established team and project management approach for the delivery of applications, and you'll see a bit more of this in action as we go through the presentation today. So we have a team of people that can run projects and build applications for you, and increasingly a number of our customers look to us to work with them on an ongoing basis through our managed services capability. And that in many respects is how our route into cloud computing began a couple of years ago. So cloud computing for us in some respects is one of the options we have to provide ongoing services to our clients, and you'll see more of that as we go through the presentation today. In terms of the experience we have and the coverage that we have across different industries and different applications and sectors, we've put together a sample of our customers here for you to get a feel for the breadth of coverage that we have as a business. So I mentioned we've recently opened an office in New York. That is in no small way due to the value and the work that we're doing in financial services right now. So we have a lot of customers in that particular space. You'll see also organizations like ITV, EMI, Channel 5. We've done a lot of work in the media space, and we have particular industry expertise there. The same with the legal profession, same with insurance, and the NHS. So there's a number of organizations where we have delivered value, sector-specific value, which is represented on this slide. But I think it's fair to say that we're also, we have horizontal capability around our core areas of expertise, which primarily are to do with information management, which, IMGroup, it's kind of what's in a name. That is what we do. We do the data to information piece, and for most of these organizations, it has been about helping them capitalize fully on the asset value of their data. So today's presentation is really about what's happening in market in terms of the scale of innovation in technology and the fact that we're at a watershed moment in the way IT services are provided. I think it's probably fair to say that as we go through calendar 2011, we are approaching a point where, if we haven't already reached it, then we will, where IT, as we know it, will have changed beyond all recognition. We are at a watershed moment in the delivery of IT and the options that you have for provisioning IT services. Microsoft is very much a part of that change and that innovation, and they are investing and innovating in terms of new products and new opportunities in IT at a scale that I've not witnessed before in my time, in my 20 years or so in this industry. And that's really what this slide speaks to. So you will see that you have an end-to-end roadmap of the business applications and tools that Microsoft is known for in market. And below the line here, we're looking at products that are familiar and available to us all on premise and are part of how we've built out the IT capability that we've relied on up to this point and in recent years, from Office productivity apps through to Windows management, through to things like core platform in Windows Server and so on. What Microsoft is doing is bringing those same technologies to market in its online cloud services proposition, so that you have complete choice and you have great flexibility over how you engage and how you blend the technology that is right for your business. And this is something that we think is fundamental and a point of differentiation in the cloud offerings that are available in market today. What's different about Microsoft is that this is connected in many respects to the investments you have already made in a way that other alternatives are not. So this is something that it's, I think, important to make as a point of differentiation, as I say. At IMGroup, we have a cloud services capability and a strategy that spans that entire spectrum. So we as a business have been delivering projects for our customers on premises for the duration of time that we've been in business, the last 12 years. We've traditionally taken a team of people on premise, built and delivered a solution that our customers need, and then left that solution with our customers or got into some kind of ongoing managed services relationship. What's happening now is that we are providing an extended capability to our customers and to market where they can still continue to do that, and that still may be the right answer for them, but they have an increasing range of choices available to them, so that all of these applications can be taken on premise, in the cloud, and in between, and you can get a blend of the best of both worlds, really, by working with Microsoft and working with IMGroup to make sure you're getting the greatest fit out of the on-premise and cloud versions of these technologies. So we're going to be looking at communications and collaboration today when I hand over to Ken and he takes us through the capabilities of BPOS. As well as that, we have capabilities in CRM, in Azure, and the other Microsoft Cloud propositions. So before I hand over to Ken, let's just have a quick look at the pricing that we're talking about here. And this, I think, is a case in point. What we're looking at is technology that has been in market for some time, but where that technology is now available to you as a provisioned service at a price point that makes it very attractive economically in terms of cost of ownership and in terms of the investment profile. So we're looking at a suite of products here. BPOS is the Business Productivity Online Suite, and what that comprises is 4 core products: Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Office Live Meeting, which is the technology that we're using to present to you today, and Office Communications Online. You can see over to the right of this slide pricing for each of those components individually, and the overall price if you were to buy these things together. That pricing has never really gone up. We're seeing an increasing commoditization of this type of service in market, and you can see that the suite price is very competitively offered at £6.71. So what does that mean? It means that if you had 100 users, you could migrate to BPOS for £6.71 per user per month and get the advantages of these technologies provided by and supported by Microsoft out of their data centers. And really, I think one of the core advantages to that is that it allows you to focus your investment and your capital investment in particular on the innovations in IT that manifestly drive your core organization forward. This is about a return to differentiation. You can take these services from market and get a better experience for your users and a more robust service for your organization. So at that point, I'd like to hand over to Ken and ask Ken to take us through his presentation for BPOS. Ken.
Thank you, Jeremy. Right, so we're going to have a quick look at the BPOS products. The first one that we want to have a quick look at is Exchange Online. And Exchange Online is pretty much, with organizations that are familiar with it, the online version of Microsoft's Exchange 2007 server environment. A lot of functionality is in the cloud, and it has been significantly simplified. So emails, shared calendars, contacts are there. One of the latest offerings that Microsoft has done is increase the mailbox sizes up to 25 gigabytes per person, so per user account. Anywhere access is built in and is standard, as well as active sync devices, so there's no additional cost. Devices such as Blackberries are also supported, but there is an additional cost to that. One of the key advantages is the built-in antivirus and anti-spam solution. You don't have to provision anti-spam or antivirus servers or hardware if you go to the online solution. The multi-layer data protection is up to 9 layers of security: encryption in transit, encryption in storage, and even the Microsoft engineers themselves cannot see your emails. You have to grant them permission to access your mail systems. Compliance archiving is an additional feature that can be provisioned, which basically archives all emails of particular mailboxes that you require. Email encryption is also an additional function where if you need to send encrypted emails to your clients. The flexible deployment option of Exchange Online provides a risk-reduced strategy of migrating into the cloud. You don't have to move all your users at once, and in fact neither Microsoft nor we recommend that type of solution. You can run a coexisting environment where you can have some of your users in the cloud and some of your users on-premise. Active Directory in BPOS is a one-way synchronization into the cloud, so it reads your Active Directory and especially your Exchange settings and migrates and replicates that using MIIS technology that has been around for a while now. Data migrations are quite standard, and you can deploy your users and migrate their data and switch them over when you're ready. The Information and Deskless Worker is a smaller or lighter suite, coming at a lighter price point, which doesn't give you all the Exchange Online benefits, but does provide an alternative for light users such as security personnel or staff that don't have a desktop assigned to them. The management component of this of the whole BPOS suite is the big advantage, where you don't have to worry about backups, disaster recovery, support. 24/7 support is always on, and a money-back guaranteed 99.9% SLA. You don't have to worry about software updates, and you don't have to worry about version of your Exchange service.